Kyllähän se hakee vähän hermosaikkua ennen lomia, niin yhdistyy kivasti siihen lomaan. Minäkin pidensin kesälomaani 2 viikolla, kun hain masennukseen sairaslomaa. 2 viikkoa. Oli kuule pitkä kesäloma. Teki oikein hyvää. Sitten. Niin. Mulla on vähän se justiinsa, että jos töitä tulisi, niin mä veikkaan, että aika äkkiä olisi niinku jollakin masennussaikulla. Kaipa tuossa on kaikki ihan kookkelis. Hardcore mode. Dreamer mode. Aivan. Kaippa. Your stream is going to pause, so the viewers can for game viewers can vote for the favorite dialogue and give temporary bonus and penalties to the streamers main attributes. They can also view streamers character intern at any time. Tarviiko tuommoista? Tietty en tiedä. Haluanko, että siellä tehdään päätöksiä minun puolestani ensimmäisellä kertaa. Ehkä se olisi niinku joku semmonen toinen kerta kuin tuommoista. Haluaako hardcorea? No vähän aina tämmöisissä peleissä tuo hardcore, kun päätökset on niinku numeroiden takana, niin se on vähän, että ne ei yhtä helposti mene kuin muut pelit läpi, niin mä en ehkä nyt lähde noihin mukaan. Mut niin, otsikko pitäisi keksiä. Ellei se on vaan Big Max. Tai se on sitten Big Max Elysium. Jepujee. Jee. Toimii. Sitten, jos ihan oikein muistan, enkä nyt sekoita ihmisiä, niin peli on sponsored by CS. Ja tosiaan äskeinen Bugsnaxi-peli oli sponsored by Vatski. Isot kiitokset Vatskille ja CS:lle synttärilahjoista. Tuon mä painoin äsken pois, mutta mä laitoin sen takaisin. Vibraa. Jos mä laitan vaan resettiä. Oli näköjään vibra päällä. Jännä. Kyllä. Jaa. Niin en tiedä, pitääkö se tehdä omaa vai minkälainen tässä on tää? Raw brain how smart you are, sense how music intellect you are, how your musculature, how strong you sense how agile are you. Jaas. Millähän tyylillä sitä nyt haluaisi olla? Niin 6 on maksimi. Niin. Kai niinku omat statsit olisi ehkä... Mä nyt pienesti on jonkun vähäsen fiksu. Mut sitten tunteellisesti fiksu. Tai niinku... Mitenköhän tää tän kattoo? Niinku sensitivity. Tähän tuo niinku tekee virallisesti. Se niinku vähän, että kuinka itse reagoivaksi, että kuinka pystyy muita. Saikiin. Ehkä se on niinku oma itteensä. Melkein miettii vaan, että olisiko jotenkin niinku näin vaan. Olisiko vaan fyysinen ja motoriikka toimii, mutta mitään en tiedä enkä tunne. Humpuukihan on tämmöiset niinku muut, että... Mutta mä en sitten tiedä, olisiko se kumminkin fiksua, että olisi näitäkin, mutta... Vähän haastetta peliin. Se on niinku mielenkiintoinen, jos joku on pelannut ensimmäistä Falloutia ja kenties kakkostakin. Tai jompikumpi tai molemmat. Niin siellä jos intellekti on sen verran pieni, niin kaikki sinun omat vastaukset pelissä niin ne on semmoista niinku sörsseliä vaan, että sä et ole niin fiksu, että sä osaat puhua. Että sä oot niinku imbesilli. Niin se on hyvin mielenkiintoinen semmoinen peli, mikä on aika puhepainotteinen, niin sinä et pysty oikein vastata yhtään takaisin mitään. Ihan, se on mielenkiintoinen. Mukavaa semmoista vaihtelua, luovuutta. Mitenkäs sitten nää oli? No se on vähän niinku psykeä. Eikö niitä jotain näkee? Volition, empatia, auktoriteetti, spiritti corps. Joo. Joo. Kai minä otan vaan. Mennään nyt fyysisellä ukkelilla, niin ainakin tietää mitä tekee. Tietty se ei ole mikään paras etsivä, kun ei mitään niin kuin näe. Set skills. Set signature. Physical instrument. Love and be loved by drugs. Olisiko vähän semmosia... Ne kerro nyt vähän. Kuinka sitten... Niinku yksikö vaan voi olla. Threaten people, kyllä. Niin. Kato, jos tuo minulle juttelee tuo kaupunki, niin tää kuulostaa ihan... Kenties, että minä saan kadulta informaation. Ellei sitten vaan niinku lähetä aineilla päätyyn. Eiköhän sitä humalassakin saa kuule asiat hoidettua. Se kyllä vähän kiinnostaisi kans, että... Mikäs tää? Fyynäkin sarjassa nimessä we need to understand I understand sexual dynamics. At high level things makes you a man of unstrained pleasure and original relationship people of value speed and plastic penetration. Drugs and sex. The city will be difficult to understand. Elikkä niinku huumeiden ja seksin kautta, kun lähdetään ratkaisemaan nyt ongelmia. Joo, hyviä töitä vaan, Jomppa, ja tsemppiä. Toivottavasti on kivaa ja helppoa. Joo, vähän tää huume ja seksi vähän kiinnostaa, että mennäänkö niillä? Mennään niillä. Jos ei muuten, niin kyllä aineissa pärjää. Yuri's are at home in the mirror is...
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore.
Heti tuli mieleen, että onko tämä tää yksi henkilö. Mikä tää ukkelen nimi oli? Tää oli niinku hyvin tuttu ääni jostakin, mutta veikkaan, että ei oo hän. Ja se on semmonen, joo. Onko kukaan kattonut Black Sails? Piraatismia. Piraattisarja. Black Sails, eli mustat purjeet. En tiedä, tuliko Seinäruusalla joku heti mieleen, mutta oli yksi hahmo siitä, kun oli heti mieleen, että hyvin saman tyylinen ääni.
Never ever. Never ever ever, baby.
Siellä on vähän Austin Powersiakin.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
Ei tässä niinku... Olemmeko tajuttomana? This is great.
Yes, it is.
Annahan lisää.
You got it, sweet brother. Nothing upon nothing upon nothing.
I like nothing.
I know you do, baby. I know.
How about you cough up some more of that sweet
Coming
oblivion?
right up, sir. Smooth passage.
I want to get off now. I like pain and burning light and want the things from people who don't want to give them to me.
Do you really?
Kyllä.
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself. Got a bit carried away, did we, chef?
Onko tää nyt sitten erilainen statseihin riippuva? I did this to myself.
You're one disco mother.
I don't care, I'm an idiot, a brave
Somewhere
idiot.
in the sore, bloated man meat around you. A sensation.
Joo, otahan
Like
salaattia.
a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it.
Joo.
The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
Meinaatko sä niinku ihan tuosta tuo niinku limbic system ja ancient reptilian brain vai? Or help me, there's a head attached to my neck and I'm in it. No niin. Niin, joo.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Help, someone cut my head off. It's trying to murder the rest of me. No niin.
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Onko meillä rapula? Joo, kyllä tää vähän näyttääkin varmaan Seiskon toiminnalta. Tässä varmaan vaan muutama tuommoinen juustonaksu jossakin lähettyvillä. Sitten. This magnum-sized bottle of Commodore Red is empty. Mitä? Joo, näköjään. Ajattelin justiin inventoria aukasta sillä, mutta toisin kävi. Empty cassette case, kyllä. Like someone tore out the tape while the song was playing. We want a beat. The real tape player still on, rolling empty. No niin, laitetaan nyt kengät jalkaan. Onko mulla yksi kenkä vaan? Näköjään. Eikö? Left foot. The green crocodile leather shoe has a high heel and chrome embellishments. It fits your left foot perfectly. Now all that remains is to find the other shoe. Mä menen vaan yhdellä kengällä, kun vedetään nyt housut ainakin jalkaan. Disco ass blazer, no.
This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
Your fair medium tip. Savoira Fire. Joo. Mä justiin mietinkin, että onko tuo niinku mihkä liittyvää. Mulla on 3 sitä näköjään. Katsotaan.
You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade.
No niin.
What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. It's just a little hangover-induced photosensitivity. Don't overreact.
Niin. Bring it on. Ja tuossa näköjään. Ainakin tuo tavoite.
Little black spots dance on your retinas. It's almost pleasurable. The blades come squeaking to a halt.
Eikö ne
The switch must be broken, because nothing happens. The air in the room is starting to feel like vaporized urine.
Sinne kuule. Pilasin kaiken. Pusi alkaa haisemaan. Meillä on meidän valkoinen paita.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce
Onko mä nyt
discharge
kuinka
of
jonkun
masculine
edessä?
energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off.
Aha. Annaako lähtenyt
Hot
irti?
water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man.
Joo, nyt tuli rapulapeli.
Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
Se on Inland Empire. No, katsotaan mitä tapahtuu. Peilihän se vain on. Omia mie.
You have no idea who this thing is, do you?
This is the face of a late-stage alcoholic.
Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
I have no idea why it's there. It just is.
Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
No.
You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
It's meant for the ladies. Kyllä.
Please promise yourself you are not going to try it on any of the ladies, whatever happens.
Valehdellaan.
You liar.
Yep.
You can't even tell the truth to yourself. Go ahead. Try something.
Ei ole kovin. No, koitetaan.
It's too late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
Aina voi onnistua 3%.
Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
Mitäs mä sain? 11. 2 jäi kiinni. No. Ei sitten.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium key ring. There is a single key on the ring, The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
Mikä tää on niinku vessassa tämä ovi? See bottles in the bathtub, wine, beer and sweet liquors. Pitääkö mun jotenkin? Kuinka minä aukasen oven? Yeah. Used to be a tape in this case, but it was just right enough to read something about the 10-year single smallest church in St. Staines. Must have rubbed someone the wrong way. The label says the song was recorded in 43. Eikö mulla sitten olekaan tuohon sitä avainta vai? Katsotaan. Kyllä se selvänee jossakin välissä. Jos päästään rapulla päistä täältä ulos. Joten luulisi olevan joku avain tuolla. Oho. Sitten joo. Tuo tiputtaa Saivorov-pareja. Kai se, en tiedä, katsotaan. Ainakaan tällä hetkellä tai kuinka tuo oven saisi auki. Vaasa. Kertooko se minun? Ei täällä nyt ainakaan -12 ole asteen. Kertooko se Vaasan lämpötila? Aika raakaa. Näköjään. Totta kai. Revasol is pronounced Revasol. Orange is pronounced Orange. Mä menen kumminkin vielä tuonne pyörimään. No niin, nyt kun päästään juoksemaakin. Rapulaa ohitte. Kerro.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
My military personnel.
No. Because you're a police officer, sir.
Ollaanko me poliisikin oikein? God damn right I'm a policeman.
Okay, cool. I won't.
Good, now how did you know I was a police officer?
I have to ask. Are you okay, sir? You look like you're about to throw up. Can I bring you something?
She's right. Something wants to come out through your mouth. But you can keep it down because your body does not control you.
Nee. No niin.
Sir, you've been here for 3 days. On official police business, as you put it.
What kind of business?
Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Tuolla on. Oho. +1, goddamn right, I'm a policeman. Ei varmaan 8% lähde. Harmi, että hänen äänet ei oo. Tai hänen jutut ei oo ääninäytöltä. No katsotaan. Try the expression on her. Let her know you want her physically. Katsotaan, pitääkö kohta katsoa muualle. Pienet on mahdollisuudet.
The words have already left your mouth.
I want to have fuck with you.
What was that? That's not even how words are used. What did you say? Come on, say it again.
No katsotaan, ehkä tällä kuule päästään päätyyn asti. I said I wanted to have sex with you.
No, you see, that's not what you said. You said...
Kyllä tää toimii
Come on,
vielä.
man. Freddie, please.
No
One
niin.
more time.
I said I want to have fuck with you.
Goddamn right you did. You crazy asshole, you. What kind of cup are you?
Minkälainen poliisimies me nyt ollaan? Kai me ollaan superstar cop. I can no longer deny it.
Okay, that's cool. Or if I can just maybe ask you to elaborate on that superstardom a tiny bit.
Joo, tää on vähän setämies. I mean, I'm a bloated old drunk with sideburns and disco pants. If I don't have a choke up my sleeve, it's on me.
I have certainly been entertained. Thank you. Whatever you are, you should stick to it. Otherwise...
Yeah.
It's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me.
Jaha, tääkö meidän... Tai oliko tämä kutsumus?
And for the record, no, I didn't do it.
Jämät. Nice long stub in the ashtray. It's still smoking. Ja kuule jämät jätetty.
You should pick that
Vai
fat,
onko?
juicy cigarette
No
butt
totta
from the
kai.
tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it. The living shit. Your mesolimbic reward pathway does not mince words. It once smokes.
Am I a smoker?
Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub, still smoldering deliciously.
But she broke at the filter. I can't smoke that.
How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then smoke them all.
I'll make it priority 1. Eikö? Kyllä.
Good. They'll make you stronger and better. You're too old to be cool now. But find cigarettes, smoke them, blam. Instantly
Blam.
a cool renegade man. A mystical red dragon with smoke rising from his nostrils.
Näin on nämä
Plus,
pöydät.
smoking them gives massive bonuses.
Kyllä mä nyt voisin tuon ottaa sieltä, mutta kuulemma sitä ei voi. Kuinka sitä muuten tallentaa? Onko F5? Kyllähän se on. Olikin on. Savekamme. Sitten, eikö hän kutsunut minut kylään?
The door is closed.
Knock.
There is no answer.
No mitä
You hear the
helvettiä?
shower being turned on. Somewhere inside. Still no answer.
Koputetaan nyt oikein
Still
kunnolla.
nothing. You should punch a fucking hole in it.
Menee aika karuksi. Half-Life. Sinänsä mielenkiinnosta haluaisin koittaa lyödä siitä läpi. Ihan vaan, että mitä tapahtuu. Lyön ove. Vai pitääkö olla? Olisi se aika epäilyttävää käytöstä.
The murmur in your ears recedes slowly. Your breathing normalizes. That's one lucky door.
Kyllä. Ehkä nyt mennään, kun tapahtuu jotakin rikoksia. Se weekend edition of the satirical newspaper Trompe de Monde. Tai joku. Mutta meinas käydä hassusta. Onko tää se joku... Pelattiinko tässä niinku kahdella hahmolla vai mikähän tuo toinen uggeli oli? A big old karaoke mic just waiting for someone to sing into it. Olisiko siinä idea? This is where the lyrics would be. Dokumenta lyriikat. Speaker is connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static. Nosafed. Mä katson mikä... Palo sammutin tuo, mutta näköjään se oli joku ihan muu. The soft purr of electricity comes from the kitchen. Someone is working. No näin on. The menu has been wiped clean or the word Monday is written on it. Tässähän taisi olla kans se, että tämän taisi pystyä laittaa päälle. Ei näköjään. Niin, että ne ilmestyy niinku joo. No. En minä tiedä.
You should totally sing karaoke here. The first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
My soul's cubic content is obscured by the hangover. Onko tää Inland Empire niinku justiin niinku pään sisäinen niinku valtakuntatyylinen? Tai niinku tommonen. Haetaanko tuolla niinku siitä? En minä tiedä, mutta äkkiseltä tuli semmonen mieleen tuosta. Vartaloni on temppeli. Sieluni on rapulassa.
Of course, at this point, precise measurements of your soul can only be performed from the outside. It needs to be heard through a PA system by other people, whether they like it or not. Ram it up their ears, says your adrenaline gland. Violently express yourself.
Finished thought. This goes well with the theory I'm developing that I'm down on my luck superstar person. Kyllä.
Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. See if it works.
Eiköhän ne sanat siitä tuu, niin. This feels right, you belong here. Kyllä näin on. Vähän haluais mennä nyt lyömään sitä naisen ovea. Katsoa, että mitä tapahtuu. Mutta ehkä sitä ei vielä tarvi. Inside you catch a glimpse of Union paraphernalia, strike posters and red pennants. Mene lyömään. No, en mä, sitä voi tulla, se on ehkä vähän huono. As only served for Union member stores open 16.00. Se muuten voi olla hyvä idea. Se saattaa ihastua. Mutta jos jotakin alkaa tapahtumaan meidän välillä, niin me ei saada jäädä ihastelemaan.
The door is closed.
No,
Still nothing. You should punch a fucking hole in it.
Ensimmäinen tuossa oli vähän semmoinen, että vähän meni äärimmäisyyksin yllättäen. Niin. Mutta koitetaan. Ehkä reikä seinässä on ihan hyvä idea.
You slam your fist into the vinyl. It does not produce a hole. The door sits sturdily in the frame, and your fist hurts. This was all a very good, normal thing to do.
Kyllä.
Not to mention, great exercise.
Kyllä. Voiko vielä?
Still nothing. You should punch a fuck. You slam your fist into the vinyl. It does not produce a hole. Not to mention, great exercise. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. As you hold the metal, you sense the warmth left there by her hand.
Ehkä sitä alkaa vähän miettimään, että minkälainen ukkeli tää nyt oikein on, kun metalli kahvasta alkaa niinku tuntemaan jo naisen lämpöä, niin pitääkö olla huolissaan?
This door, as you hold...
Ehkä se on parempi vaan niinku mennä pois. Ja tehdä tässä nämä valinnat ihan itse. Enkä tee. Tää on itse minut vienyt tähän maailmaan. Mä oon vaan täällä hetkessä mukana.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again.
Huumausaineet puhuvat minulle vähän liiankin paljon.
Everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Make some small talk.
Katsotaan sitä lintua.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken.
Joo.
The man is trying to mend it.
Hyviä vaan loppupäiviä vatskia. Toivottavasti saat jonkinlaista helpotusta pääkiristykseen.
Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it. Most likely on a wall.
Jos on semmoinen fiilis, niin
a small engraved steel tag says, "The Great Score."
Kannattaa varmaan yrittää sitä lomaa aloitella, jos on semmoinen fiilis. Jos on mahdollista. That's the Great Score, right. Elvistellään ne oikein.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
I'm a cop and I talk to whoever I please.
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
No minäkin katson sitä.
A competent work of taxidermy.
Mitä se sama
Looks
juttu?
like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. A small engraved steel tag says, "The Great..."
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him?
He pretends not to hear you. Concentrate.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject.
Vittuillaan siellä vähän. You look like a bartender.
That period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a counter is a bartender, okay? I'm the cafeteria manager. I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in.
Where did this Sylvia
She
go?
just, you know.
Selvä. Asia kunnossa. Sports bolters are in the kitchen reserved for personnel until kello 1. Oliko mulla nyt sitä... Onko mulla niinku 40 senttiä rahaa? Eikö mä löytänyt sitä vähäs? Oliko se niinku tuo määrä? Mikäs sinä olet?
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
No niin, tässä kollega.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
Hello. I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
Vähän ukkeleita me ollaan.
You realize he's waiting for your name.
No koitetaan. Koitetaan keksiä nimi.
Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
It's not yet time, selvä.
Okay then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
You mean him?
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Kyllä. Yeah, I have, yes.
Good. But even if you haven't, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the
Niin kuulemma ainakin tällä on paljon niinku eri pelikertoja.
Minä!
Morjes keskiviikko. Enkä minä ole ruumista liikuttanut, en minä tiedä.
So, the body is still in the tree.
Huomenta, no niin. Onko mennyt myöhään?
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
What a shame. Get to it now. Rip that body down from the tree.
Kyllä. Don't worry about the body.
After it's been up in a tree for that long, any kind of ripping is inadvisable.
Onko tullut vähän hunttia pelattua yöllä vai?
Delicate goods, filled with stinking horrors.
En mä noita sanoa, let's get going.
After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
Katsotaan.
You mean you don't have a badge?
Ei peloneille ollenkaan. Mitäs sitä on? Onko se niitä Borderlandsia nyt pelannut? Mihinäs minun badgeni on? Ei nyt valehdella.
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take precedence.
Oliko väsy?
Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Mäkö en voi sitten pelata hänellä, että hän vain on. Hän on hengessä mukana ainakin.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right?
Tuo oli luutnantti.
You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
What is gold and orange like forest fire but smells like liquor? Sieltä kuule joku antaa minulle nimen.
Are you kidding me?
No, ei tullut vastausta, niin annetaan hänen puhua.
Right.
Ja minä olen vaan
Now,
hiljaa.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
This sounds like something you can use to call this Sylvie later.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live
Koulu
here.
voisi olla
I
tietty
just
vähän,
used
niin
to work here, and I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you
ei
think.
tarvitse ressata sitä.
I didn't imply that. Detective. I have everything. You?
Eipä kai, ei mulla mitään. Vai onko? Kysytään
Yes,
jotakin.
yes. He means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would?
Mihin on
Behind
ruumis?
this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
And how do we get there?
That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
Where did Sylvie go
She
away?
went away because none of your business.
So it's the second time you've avoided the
Oh my
subject.
god, what is your obsession with this Sylvie person? Get over it.
Ja. No sitten.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
Eihän mulla ole varaa varmaan 0,40. Onnistunut pako.
As you blow this joint, behind you, a whiny voice shouts.
Real mature, man. Real mature.
Eihän mulla ole varaa varmaan tuommoiseen. Mennään nyt sitten ulos. Ei mennä enää hakkaa sen naisen oveen. Joku pian huolestuu siitä. Mitäs keskiviikko? Onko hunttia tänään tiedossa? Kun striimulaa. Mitäs tuossa luki? Perhana meni hoittaa. Tosta sanoi, että ei pysty sitä hakemaan itse, vaan siirtää rahaa jotenkin postissa ja joku kurille tulee hakemaan pöydän. Jaa. Kai? Ehkä? Niin. Mä en tiedä. Kuulostaa oudolta. Mut voi niin. Ei oo ikinä itse tullut käytettyä, mutta kuinka niinku, voiko ihan kuka tahansa käyttää niinku postin kotiin kuljetusta? En tiedä, ei ole tullut mietitty.
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Revachol. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the
Mutta jos se siirtää ne rahat jonnekin, niin ja sitten en tiedä. Jos se olisi niin, että hän niinku maksaa sulle ne rahat ja sitten kun posti tulee ne noutamaan, niin sitten ehkä, mutta jos ne rahat menee jonnekin postin sivustoille, niin en tiedä. Se sitten kuulostaa jo erilaiselta. Mutta jos niinku sinä saat rahat ja joku tulee sitten niinku hakemaan ne. Joo. Ei varmaan. Tai se on vähän niin, että jos ei rahoja tuu tilille, niin on varmaan huijaus. Tai jos maksu menee jonnekin muualle.
The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting.
Mutta joo. Kenties huijaus. Joo, jos siirrät rahat johonkin postin sivustolle, niin joo, ei. Ja mä ajattelin, että se vaan niinku, että rahat laittaa tilille ja sitten joku posti tulee sen noutamaan. Mutta eihän posti mitään rahoja pidä. Tai niinku ainut on tuo postiennakko. Se nyt ei varmasti ihan tuommoisissa asioissa toimi. Joo, ei jatkoon.
Cold water dripping from your hair.
What do I see?
Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world. Your shirt sticks to your chest. The shoulders of your disco blazer grow heavy. The cold finds its way in under your skin. You shiver, and the city shivers with you. You're not dressed for this weather. You should get an overcoat or a patrol cloak.
Joo, ainakin tuossa on tuonut Ilta-Sanomien jutussa on justiinsa niin se on justiinsa, joten se on turvallista minulle ja sinulle. Niin eiköhän tuo huijaus. Tuollakin justiin sanotaan, että koska se on turvallisempaa minulle ja sinulle, niin eiköhän tuo sama lauseen pätkä ole aika lailla kusetusyritys. You're not dressed for this weather, you should get an overcoat or a patrol cloak. Kyllä. Motherfucker. What's in the west?
Sheets of rain over the water.
Mutta melkein keskiviikko, jos meinaat hunttia tänään pelata, niin ehkä minäkin voisin pelata. Jos innostut, niin saa huuella, jos on ainakin niinku pelaajapuutetta. Ehkä pieni hunttifiilis olisi itsellä.
The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise into the sky.
Se on vähän tuo Tarkkovia, kun yrittänyt striimutella, niin se on vähän kuin se ei oikein pyöri hyvin, kun striimaa samalla, niin mä en tiedä, pitääkö vähän pelata sitä vaan itsekseen sitä Tarkkovia. On vähän semmonen pieni fiilis, että voisi hunttia pelata ja katsoa, mitenkä se pyörii. Joo, ilmoittele vähän jotakin, jos on joku kellonaika jossakin välissä, niin katsotaan. Mulla nyt ei ainakaan oman tiedon mukaan ole mitään suunnitelmia tänään.
The skyscrapers of La Delta, the financial district. Faint golden light seeps from the office windows.
What is down the shore?
Urban coastline, rain dripping off Eternite-covered roofs. Cinder blocks left over from half-finished construction. A defunct research and development building, once seized by revolutionaries. An old wooden church stands on stilts above the water. Coal City, end of all lines.
Run your fingers through your dampened hair.
Your hair is an oily mess flecked with ash from neighboring coal plants. Smokestacks rise somewhere in the distance.
Niin, onko tuote kuten kuvassa? Kai saada vähän, että ei ota naapurin tuoli.
On the corner. A plastic coat is folded into a small triangle under the counter by the window. Beyond that, the strike breakers have gathered.
So fritte on the corner. A plastic coat is folded into a small triangle. Jotenkin se olisi takine.
The great gates of the industrial harbour are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder like an animal trying to shake water from its hide.
Raino. Aimo on kiinnostunut. Joo. Ihme homma. Heilutellaan kunnolla.
You shudder, looking down at your feet. Dirty rainwater runs veins into the plaza's snow. You realize you still have only one shoe, nearby on the balcony of the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. A single crocodile skin shoe now fills with rainwater. From the corner of his eye, the lieutenant gives your feet a worried glance. Rain drips from his glasses.
It's cool, I'm in control. Vai pitääkö olla sanomatta mitään? Ei.
The lieutenant nods, then looks east. The rain falls. Capeside apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46mm bullets.
Onko meille muuten tullut tämmöisiä huijausjuttuja?
Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play. A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. Coal leaks into a puddle beneath a dead man's feet. He swings from a tree.
Niin mietit, että onko se vähän enemmän tämmöistä huonekalua tai...
From his cold cheeks.
Niin, ehkä se on ainakin tuossa, että posti nyt ei mitään teepaitaa tarvitse tulla täältä noutamaan. Ehkä se on sitten se isojen tavara.
Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch water streaming down their windshields. The statue of a king shudders. He too is cold. The canal bridge has been raised. The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, and tar stretches northward. 4-story buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snows melt in Jamrock. Revachol is the capital of the world. Jamrock is the capital of Revachol. Droplets form on your eyelashes. It's home.
Where the hood at? Eikä taas se joku Biisi. Joku räppibiisi tai mikäli.
Have a brother in the cut. Where the wood at?
To be in Martinez, where no one goes, at the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal, in the whitest part of town. In the shadow of the day, the revolution failed.
Vuonnen nurkkaa vaikka. Häpeämään. What am I doing here?
Standing in the rain, looking north, where Jamrock Rock City stretches inland.
Vai olisiko tuolla partiukkojen vieressä? On niin hemmetin iso tää kamera. Se on pienempi. Tää pitäisi leikata vähän niinku pois. Katsotaan.
In the rain-swept distance, above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed silk mill stands perched above the motorway exit. Precinct 41 hunches in the rain.
Tässä pitäisi vaan laittaa vihdoin suoraan tää kamera. Se vähän on tuommoinen.
It's the only home you have now, but you can't go back. Not like this.
Not like this. Mä kuule tiiä. Tuo menee vähän tuon tekstiin, että oispa green screeni. Sillä saisi ainakin niinku ylimääränsä pois. Katsotaan.
Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink. Coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Way up there, where rain forms, rotors flutter silently.
Sanoitko vielä, että annoin yhteystietosi poliisilla?
Collapsed storm drains.
Mistähän numerosta nuo lähettää noita? Onkohan ne jotakin niinku...
Hidden weapon caches from the revolution.
Niinku...
Doors leading down to Leroyam. The catacombs to which,
Mitä
for 3 centuries, they delivered the blue-blooded dead.
Mitä korttijuttuja. Mä muistan enää mikä nimisiä ne on.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. You should get a raincoat. There's a freight to the east. They sell them there.
Täällä on meidän kenkäkin jossakin. Tuo. Three sign reads, fuck the police. Joo. Let's go home. Kyllä. Johonkin meidän kenkä roikku täällä. Stop between those trucks down there. Smokes, go get him. Pakkia. Oi jumalauta. Tarvinko sytseriä vai meneekö ihan niinku... Miinusheltti, kauheet. From the L'Oreal. Sehän se minun kenkäni roikku. The bold slogan, Humanox covers the truck.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece. secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane." As you look up, you notice something about the statue. There are some odd indentations on the king's chestpiece.
No katsotaan.
Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy. Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol.
Mikä on? Yeah, profligacy on the spending of too much money or the using of too much of something. Eli liikakäyttö tai ylinkäyttö. Mikä on?
His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy during the anti-centennial revolution, an end to his family line and the monarchy on the Insulindian Isola. Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored unfathomable wealth, Krugerrands, bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices. He called it the Sol Aurum. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person.
King is the king, he can do anything. Kyllä näin on.
But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction.
Kerro lisää.
You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry, he was also a prodigious snorter of nose candy. Not just any nose candy, though. We're talking Royal Philippian Blow, allegedly twice as potent as the stuff you find nowadays, and purple. Philippian cocaine was purple.
Oliko siinä muuten mikä, että minkälainen video sen pitäisi olla? This is a lot to process. Drug.
His Majesty's courtiers said it helped him connect with the higher realms. Cocaine. Cocaine, 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 cocaine. That's what the revolutionaries said 150 years later. Right before they entered out the royal mausoleum and dumped His Majesty's mortal remains in the Insulindian Bay.
Olisiko siellä vielä kokaiinia hänen ruumillaan?
Beneath the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay, thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum. A group of marble pleurons still surround the king's vandalized tomb. A deathly cold wind sweeps up candy wrappers and old newspapers. The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships during the turn-of-the-century revolution, when Martinez was leveled. Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue of the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city. The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time, a rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit.
Mahtava idea.
People in Martinez tend to disagree, as do many prominent art critics and thought leaders with more nuanced social awareness than the young ironists. Philip III, the Squanderer, however, with his bronze face up in the air, doesn't seem concerned about what the hoi polloi think of him in death. Something with great kinetic energy seems to have impacted the cuirass, around where the heart is. A bullet?
Katsotaan. Tietää kukkeli.
Okay, I can't see it, but I take your word for it. Well, Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. This place saw a lot of action during the revolution. But the statue is recently renovated, so maybe a joke? Target practice or a political statement?
Onko murhaan liittyvää? Varmasti. Olen kumminkin etsivä, minä tiedän. En tiedä, kai se on vaan. Keität lisää kahvia. Kai sitä voi sittenkin ottaa. Aloitetaan tuo tähtäys äsken.
What this shows us is guns aren't too uncommon here, and people still shoot them, sometimes at kings.
The king stands high above you, surveying the...
Tänne. Eli minun kenkä. Oletan, että tää on iisti. Physical instrument. No totta kai. Nyt ois kova. Laitetaan tuo takki päälle. Tanktoppi vaan ja turpe. Olen rikas. Minun kenkä on vielä kyllä hukassa ja tää ei taida olla oikea suunta. Ruins full of snow, no one lives here anymore. Jos tää on niin, että pohjoinen on ylhäällä ja niin poispäin, niin foreign car kept in good condition. Work. Eikö se ruumistu mennä vetämään sieltä alas, kun se nyt on siellä roikkunut jo viikon? En mä nyt kenkää varmaan tarvis siihen. Oi, ai. Ellei se on sitten täällä suunnassa.
This Post-Lavantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front. A faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk number 8102, with a slogan, Mankind, be vigilant.
Hän vähän potkitaan sitä.
There is a hollow, saddened ring as you kick the Lavantorie mail collection box. It sounds betrayed, in disbelief even.
Piha olemaan ainakin.
Your toe has suffered damage. It hurts.
Voi ei.
Cool. You really showed that mail collection box.
Kyllä.
I don't. Let's go.
Taputellaan sitä vielä samalla.
The mail collection box has no faith in your psychopathic manipulations.
Perhana. This book has a rose, a pistol, and half-naked dame on its cover. No? And the cover stands a very muscular man surrounded by flames. It's a good Dragon Ball. This is a book about Pate. This book you don't understand what it's about, nor does it seem important. A book about weird culture, it promotes freedom and roaming upstream. A book about the future gonna reach your mind using radio technology. Sehän on ihan totta. Noilla henkilöillä ne vitti justiinsa puhuu. This book appears to be erotica, but without actual... Kuinka tuo sanotaan? Eroottinen kumminkin, mutta... Erotica. Tämä on vaikea sanoa niinku suht. Kevyesti. No, en minä nyt löydä minun kenkiäni. Kenki. Some great sonic force has cracked the pavement like an eggshell.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
Jaa. Mut joo, ennen kuin menee tuonne, niin pitäis... Eikö tuolla on minun kenkä? Mä haluan, että se roikkuu johonkin, mutta ei. Haetaan nyt tuo kenkä tuolta. Ei oo paljon tarvinnut erotikaa sanoa englanniksi. Tuo. Bottle of rum has been knocked over, beautiful dark liquid is spilling
That
out.
sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
Ihanko aika juu?
Attaboy. It's coming back to him. You had your mesolimbic reward pathway worried there, not thinking about drinking all that time. It was like you weren't yourself. There he is, the old boy, the devil. You rascal, you. Let's celebrate right now by licking that stain off the counter. Do it. It'll be wild.
Kyllä ne vähän rommita haravoi nuolasta.
Calmly, the lieutenant looks out of the window, then to you, licking the tasty rum stain off the counter, then out of the window again.
What are you doing?
Investigating. En varmaan ihan vitti suoraan sanoa, että olen alkoholisti.
We should move.
A real drink would go well with those cigarettes you're looking for. That's a great combination.
No nyt puhutaan asiaa. Kuinkas minä pääsen tuonne yläkertaan takaisin? Ei kato viitti toiselle kertoa. Guess the brand new impulses over you. Nonni. Nyt on kuule molemmat kengät.
There they both are. Two identical shoes. Both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin. Reunited on your feet. Good, they're balanced. Comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
Hyvä kengät. No, siinä olisi ollut vielä joku. Pistetty tuolla. Joo. Merentuoksu on yökkissä hyi. No nyt kun on kenkäkin löytynyt, niin vois tuon kahvin ja mennä vaikka vessassa samalla, niin hetken tauko. Tuolla sitten aletaan töihin. Pitääkö laittaa oikein semmonen vaikka. Joo, palataan ihan niinku ismenottia taas vaikka. Suunnilleen näin. Joo, kohta takas.
Valitut lapset ovat vihdoinkin saapuneet.
Että tarttu myös muhuvinssi mukaan, niin meni vähän se. Morjesta Sifyksiä. Iso kiitos raidista. Ja satuin olemaan justiin kahvia noutamassa ja muhuvinssia syömässä. Ja mitäs Sifyksiä? Retroa pelailtu. Mitä on ollut retrossa?
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
Siinä on kyllä listaa, ettei nyt lähdetä tuota koskemaan. No, mennä. Iso kiitos raidista ja tosiaan tervetuloa kans ihan kaikille.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown.
Täällä pelataan ensi kertaa tätä peliä. Ducker Girls PS1. MGS Ripoff. Joo, ei ole kyllä yhtään tuttu itselle tuo peli. Onko tuolla ukkonen pihalla vai ihan vaan joku työmaa? Oliko hyvä peli? Kestää 17%. No totta kai. Aina onnistuu.
No, these tracks are not interesting at all. Let the street sweeper just sweep them away.
Selvä.
Hard to say. Your vision
mitäs
is blurred
paskaa
and you're
täällä?
having difficulty concentrating thanks to your
Ei oo
relentless
paskaa.
enemy.
Täällä on... Ketä mä nyt onkaan? Disco Elysium. Mutta tuota ei nyt voi uustaa. No. Rapulassa ei näe asioita. Ei ainakaan uusiksi läpi pelata. Se oli ainakin niin hyvä. Joo. Morjesta vaan Tomppa. Täällä pelaillaan tämmöstä. Mikä tämä nyt onkaan sitten niinku virallisesti? Sounds like spoiled meat and crude human being decomposed. Kyllä. Nehän lapsi kuule pois.
Kuno's got this.
Uno.
Oh yeah, nappa gumpy, Kuno.
Napak. Onko tää joku, onko nää laittanut tänne joku niinku eri kielellä bullseye? Vai miksi täällä on napakymppi? Kai tää on joku point and click vai onko tää joku, mä en tiedä mikä tää virallinen kategoria on. Mysteeri, etsivä peli.
Right in the dick, Kuno. Get him right in the dick.
Love it in the dick.
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body.
Boy sweating profusely, his eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twisting, he's trying to break free from them. Ihan aineissa sitten vai?
The kid is obviously high.
Kyllä. Puhtaampaa kielenkäyttöä.
Talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong. Throwing rocks.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all about.
Perhana minun addiktoitunut luonne tulee esille.
Yeah, Kuno. Ride the lightning, Kuno.
Kuno's riding at sea.
The rake, Kuno. You should throw the rake at him, Kuno.
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
Goddamn right he's not a gardener. He's an athlete. Every rock connects, making the battered corpse look just a little bit worse for wear.
No kehutaan nyt sitten.
What? You wanna fuck Kuno now?
Mikään ei onnistu. No ehkä on hyvä, ettei sano mitään. Say nothing, niin mä ehkä mä sanon
What's
sen.
the matter? Kuno's got you cornered. Nothing to say. Who's the man now, huh? Kuno's the man. You wouldn't believe the pussy Kuno tears up.
On joku ihme soppas tää jätkä.
What was that, Kuno?
Nothing, see, nothing. Just slicing some bacon.
Voiko tää nyt potkea pellolle täältä?
The fuck are you talking about?
He's calling us Kuno. He says we're fucking each other.
En ihan halua tuota kyllä sanoa, siitäkin varmaan tulee jotakin paskaa takaisin. Niin.
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
The kid moves his hands like a basketball player dribbling fast.
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Fuck do you want with it? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Kunnon pahis. Tää on se nykynuoriso.
Shitload, pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno.
This is where you quickly ask him questions. Real cop questions. Like a cop.
Ei, kyllä täällä soppasta kehutaan. Soppas on ihan ok. Tyyppi.
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
No niin. Soppas ei vaan osaa ottaa kehua vastaan.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno.
Semmosta. Jotenkin outo. Miettii vaan niinku Twitchiä noita, niin että onko nuo sallittuja? Kun tuo peli laittaa tänne suomenkielisiä asioita. Kai se oli vaan se, että ei saa jäädä ihastelemaan.
Kuno's fucking.
Vähän niinku
Kuno
outo.
uses the fucking for target practice.
He could have just said he doesn't know.
Kuno knows shit. Kuno's not a snitch. That's all. Trying to make Kuno sing into the popo phone. Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down. You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional. I don't know. Some fucking Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City.
Night City. Ääni menee. Night City. Eikö Night City ollut myös Cyberpunkissa? Vai mikä se oli sen paikan nimi?
Kuno gives this info out on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. Kuno didn't smoke the gimp, if that's what you meant.
Oli, joo. Mä kuulosti niin tutulta. Eipä kai siinä muuta sitten. Asia selvä.
You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost!
Niinku justiinsa näitä. Se on vaan jännä, että yksi sitten tuli siellä niinku suomalaisella niinku ulos. Hyvin hämmentävää. Mikäs siinä? Kuka on Kuno?
Kuno's Kuno pig?
Kuno. Primal. Violent.
Niin. On melkein kuin kujo. Kolmannessa persoonassa. Katsotaan ymmärretäänkö se.
The fuck are you calling a third person? Kuno's the fucking first person?
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you! Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help!
Everyone can hear. You need to get the hell out of here before.
Joo. En tiedä viittinkö laittaa sitä ihan normi-alertiksi, kun sitten saan itse kuunnella sitä koko aika. Ja se voi johonkin alertiksi survoa sitten jonnekin. Sun pitää vaan laittaa ne mulle jonnekin, mä voin sitten ottaa ne niinku talteen helposti. Ehkä vaan lopetetaan keskustelu.
Yeah? Get out of here before the Kuno beats the shit out of you.
Jos olisi tullut mahdollisuus potkia tuota menemään, niin mä kyllä olisin potkinut ihan ilomielellä. Damaged moral. Oi ei. Minun moraali.
Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. Whatever noble intentions you once had as a police officer, it's eating them all up now.
Tää heti voi. Motivaatio lähti heti. No niin, I wasted my life protecting humans they don't deserve. Näinpä.
I don't dispute that you have been charged with protecting the people of a particularly challenging district. But poverty does not make one a loser. Poverty is just poverty.
Nothing you can say would make you feel any better now. Cop gives up the detective genre for social realism. Another police officer resigned from the RCM following a nervous breakdown. He now lives under a bridge, drinking and occasionally throwing excrement at passers-by, shouting, "I never loved that woman." When asked to comment, former colleagues objected to the theory that his psychological disintegration was precipitated by his wife leaving him. "It's because the Furrows lost that match," said Captain Ptolemy Price. Once a man's superior officer. It's because he couldn't get a big gun from acquisitions, and anyway, police work really burns you out after a while. Satellite officer Jean-Vic Mayer, the deranged former cop's partner, commented. Sergeant Matt Torson, another former colleague, did not propose any theories, merely saying, whatever happened to him wasn't about birds. He got fucked, that's all.
Siinä niinku oli yksi peli näköjään. Jännä. Mitenköhän tuo... Onko tää niinku minun moraali? Mulla ei ole yhtään moraalia. Jos multa lähtee sitä, niin onko niinku motivaatiosta poissa? Saanko me mistään moraalia? Tupakasta? Ei. Jännä. Ehkä me sitten varotaan tuota Tenavaa, kun hän kiusaa meitä sen verran, että meiltä lähtee heti kuule motivaatio.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails, all over the yard.
Varmasti onnistuu. Ei näköjään. Mutta on näköjään, että jos yhden moraalin menetän, niin...
Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. Whatever noble intentions you once had as a police officer, it's eating them. He watches you melt down stoically. From nothing you can say would cop gives up the detective genre.
Joo, jännä. Eli voiko moraalista tipahtaa noista tsekeistä? Pitää olla varovainen, kun näköjään mä oon hyvin lähellä siinä, että lopetan työt. Hei, kato, moraalia löytyy. Noniin. Magnesiumonta moraalia näköjään. Sä olet töissä. Kyllä mä oon tässä pelissä töissä.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails, all over the yard.
Mitenkä tuo sitten... Ja se vieläkin menee sitten noin. Jännä. Et se on niinku, jos se tipahtaa nollaan, vaikka aloitin nollasta, niin se on silti... Mun työmoraali on kyllä aika pieni. Tää saattaa olla hankalaa.
There are several footprints. Heavy workers' boots with...
Mut joo, ei nyt sitten kuule riskeerata meidän työmotia. Senköhän takia tää psyke on. Antaakohan tuo moraalia? Tämä volition. Joo. No. Mut kato. Ehkä täällä on meidän hyöty.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. That's why they're too orderly. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
Noniin, ovi löytyy. Kyllä nyt moraali nousee. Työnteko taas innostuu.
What is this then? A tool shed? Let's investigate.
Mä näin eka vetää tuo ruho tuolta alas, kun se on taas muhinut täällä joku viikon. Niin.
corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
Eikös mulla endurance kuule aika kova? No ei näköjään. Mun nyt vaan huolestuttaa, että moraali häippäsee hetkenä hyvänä.
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor.
Letitään kyllä. Sinne vaan. Lähtee kuule krapulla samalla.
You feel a great force ringing from your stomach. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat stings from the stomach acid. The smell of Commodore Red rises from the pool. Among it, distilled spirit and bits of shish kebab.
Fucking korpse. Noniin.
The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. There is Frit nearby, east of the hostel. They usually have a small apothecary.
Mikä on Fritte?
There's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a wheelbarrow on the corner of the whirling in rags. If she works here, she might have something for the smell.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
Aivan.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
Pysytään nyt pois tuosta tenavasta, kun hän on meille vaaraksi. Mitäs soppas? Tuonneko ei pääse? Joo, motivaatio oli ylläri. Silver plate trace of bone, yellow powder, kyllä. Poster says get out of the way or get fucked up. Näinpä. Weird pig's head, it looks mummified. An empty tube of Magnesium, magnesium supplement. Tämä on. Rikas. Ja, mä lähden niin oikein pitkällekin matkalla. Kuinka tuonne pääsee? Mitä jos mä käytän tuota? Niin tuo toimii noin. Olisi kyllä hyvä olla niinku toinen piste moraalia, ettei nyt oo ihan niinku reunalla tämä milloin työ. Story is going to collapse soon. Stairs and pillars keep the runes together. Buffet. Oscar Grand Curon. Eipä täällä muut. Äkkiä pois. Kuinkas tuonne sitten mentiin? Niin tuosta. Lisää rahana. Tuolta mä tulin. These barrels are half full of rainwater. Kaipa vasta. Se kyllä menee tuonne, mutta mä veikkaan, että se ei kyllä tuu pääsemään siitä minnekään. Koitetaan.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here.
Valehtelen.
When the wind ruffles the cloak, you can most definitely see a white rectangle on its back.
No.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment. You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
Kyllä. En tiedä. Ei näytäkään kovin lupaavalta.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. That machine is a Kvalsund 1020 HK.
Oli typerä vastaus, että tekis kyllä mieli tulla. That's a huge crane.
Yes, that's one way of putting it. It's certainly an impressive achievement of engineering. But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here. The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it? Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2-meter stops. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll be right behind you.
Sinne vaan. Kunhan moraali ei laske. Vaikka se uskalla? Hän on nös.
No, that's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you've climbed way too high up here.
Lähtikö siitä nyt kumminkin sitä satana moraali? Ja moraali on pieninen ongelma. Jos sitä saa yhden tason, niin sitten varmaan saa laitettua tuon moraalin korkeammalla. Ei kai siinä, pitää vaan olla hetken varovainen. Niin. Otetaan nyt tästä nää ainakin.
Looks like some when the wind ruffles the cloak.
Yes, you could probably make the jump.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at that machine is.
Yes, but I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here. The cloak? Well, what are we doing? We're awfully close to breaking into the industrial harbor. They are bound to have information for us. I thought that was our intention. Or it could be that we are just exploring.
Ei nyt lähetä tonne pomppimaan ja... Se on vähän niinku... Miettii tuolta, että... Tyyppi lähtee hyppäämään ja... Ei sitten uskallakaan ja tulee vaan siihen päätökseen, että... En jaksa enää olla poliisi. Mikäs siinä? Kai se voi sieltäkin suunnasta sitten miettiä. Jos täällä on tallennetaan, ettei nyt vähän motivaatio.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you.
Someone has taken narcotics here.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However, but that there was an interesting find. An alternative path into the harbor that the kid uses. Well done.
Eikö pääse minnekään, kun ei tää uskalla loikata siitä ja sitten onkin, että en jaksa mennä töihin enää. Näköjään pysty kiipeämään.
There he still is, looking right through you.
Tehdään nyt. Mä niin pelkään tuota lasta kanssa, että se niinku haukkuu minua ja multa lähtee työmoraali heti.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags. The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or...
Did someone say pry bar?
Kerropas, mikä on pry bar?
Pry bar, crowbar. Leverage displacement tool of the gods.
Niin, et sä vaan joo.
Hands have held its painted flake.
Tää oli joku huume juttu taas.
We might want to ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one. And he also has information.
Ask the manager? Bullshit. Go straight for the pry bar and pry this baby wide open.
Täytyy löytää toi jostakin. Sorkkaraut. Pitääkö nyt koittaa puhua näille ja toivoa, että ne ei hauku minua?
Kuno's got this.
Oh yeah, nappa comfy, Kuno.
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong.
Shit coming up strong. That sound. I mean drugs.
Yeah, Kuno.
Kuno's riding it.
The rake. He should throw the
fuck.
Goddamn right he's not a gardener. He's an athlete. Every rock connects, making the battered corpse look just a little bit worse for wear.
Mitähän tuo ukkeli sanoi?
Shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces. You will see.
Ja mä en kysy häneltä mitään. Se ei mennyt kovin hyvin. Toki toinen ukko vähän, että älä kuule. Mulla on mitään asiaa.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in.
She means it. The fear is real.
I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno. Going away for life.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
Smells so bad that I threw up and I was wondering. Mitähän mä oon nyt
Stay
miettinyt?
away from me, pig. You don't want to see what happens when you corner me.
Ihan vaan jos lähtee taas.
I'll die before I
Turvatallennassa.
squeal, pig. I come from the woods, kutta vittu. You don't want to go there with me. You don't want to see what I've seen.
Don't be traumatizing here. Get the fuck out of here.
Kutta vittu.
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Mua vähän vaan jännittääkö siellä oli se yksi sana, mikä oli vähän semmonen, että ehkä joku siitä voi loukkaantuakin, mutta Väliähän se vaan on. On verse. Eikö se ole vaan keskustelu? Huudetaan sen.
You don't want to fuck with me. I got my hands bloody.
Mutta joo,
I'm not
se on
here,
jännä, että
pig.
tässä on
You're
niinku
not seeing this.
suomalaisia sanoja heitetty mukaan.
You can still see the top of her hat from behind the fence.
I'll die before I squeal, pig. Murder was the case they gave me. I'll die before what's this kid shit? Fucking mind games. I'd rather die than squeal.
Get the fuck out of here, face. You got done. Talk to me.
So it's a girl. Interesting.
I'll die before I squeal.
En minä nyt vittuile. Rakkaudesta minä
Can't
vittuilen.
you see I'm throwing rocks? The fuck are you talking about?
He's calling us Kuno. He says we're fucking each other.
Katsotaan nyt tuo nelonen.
Fuck no. Kuno doesn't buy that shit. Fucking entrapment shit.
Fast. This kid has got street smarts.
Alright. Entertain the Kuno.
The kid moves his hands like a basketball player dribbling fast.
Tuo. Katsotaan mitä tuosta
You
sanoo.
found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in? And then what? You fucking there. You fucking Kuno's kingdom.
He's trying to fuck at you again, Kuno.
Magnesolam.
It's a vitamin, pig. Don't you know anything? Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day, rips mag like a motherfucker, and you could use a battle.
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna use it against you, Kuno.
You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo.
Fuck you, pig. Don't do mag. You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking die.
That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam. Kuno rides the fucking lightning in there, pig.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old.
Tunnistaa tuo aksentin. Meille puhuttiin aksenteista, niin taitaa täällä olla Liverpoolin aksentti. Ainakin osittain. Tää kuunnella enemmän.
Is it? You got pretty fucked. Kuno's surprised you've still got your head after all that.
Mun mielestä joo. Liverpoolin karsea aksentti.
Don't sweat it, drunk pig. Kuno will keep your nasty secrets. Kuno's not snitching.
He's saying you climbed up there. He probably saw you do it. That explains the calluses on your hands. You scaled the side of the building, entertaining the local kids.
Of course you fucking can. How do you think Kuno made all the docky boys his gimps? Just gotta fly, pig. Not for you, pig. Kuno can't wait to see you get all scared and shit your pants.
Kuno can't wait to see you shit your fat pants.
That's all there is to it then. Don't be a pansy. Just jump.
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom. Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Vielä kun ei ole moraali lähtenyt, niin mä otan hetken pausin tuosta keskustelusta.
Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. The lack of magnesium has you slouched. The magnesium levels in your blood are dangerously low. It's about the low magnesium levels and not the high alcohol levels.
Joo, kyllä.
Yeah, the other things. Long live the other things. Made you strong as an ox, they have. Yes, and it's critical. Look at yourself. You're practically devolving into a fish due to the lack of magnesium in your bloodstream.
Maggot sideways.
Maggot sideways? What are you talking about? You need to maggot up. You've probably had 2 heart attacks and a minor stroke already. And the only prescription is insane amounts of magnesium. 1 stroke? Don't be so modest. He's having one right now. Yes, if you want to live, you need to evolve. You need to transcend the carbon barrier. Go to the apothecary and buy insane amounts of magnesium. It will reverse the damage to your circulatory system. Just remember, it's not the alcohol. Buy more of that too. Alcohol is not the problem. And it's certainly not the dextroamphetamine. Nor smoking for 40 years. It's the lack of magnesium and excess of coffee. You should stop drinking coffee. It wreaks havoc on your gastrointestinal system.
Kahvi on pahasta. Sitten, mikäs tää? Temporary usage when minus breaks. Human speaker. Jos tuota painaa, niin... Niin saakaan niitä fundeeraamaan. No, mietitään niitä. Koitetaan mennä hyppäämään tuolta ja katsotaan, jos meillä on nyt uusi ymmärrys asiasta, niin ehkä se onnistuu nyt. Saako säätää tuossa?
The tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing.
Onnistui jopa. Ei lähtenyt moraali.
As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses.
Varmaan huolestuttavaa laittaa simmu kiinni, et se ei varmaan kuule laskeutuminen onnistu oikein. Continue the voyage through the salty air.
As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline.
I knew you could do it. My climbing down might not have been as disco as your jump, but at least we can explore the harbor now.
With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor rushes back in.
Noniin, takki. No ne, nyt on. Postcard tuntuu. Katsotaan miksi tää menee. Missä sitä nyt on?
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, "Tokens unavailable due to strike. Use change."
Enkä maksa. Radios emitting strange buzzing sounds. Silent ass print on the pillow and pattern of coffee rings on the armrest. Perus. Kirja. Use interact button in inventory to inspect the book. Menikään tuossa aikaa? Ei nyt vielä lähetä. Standard office file cabinet drawer seems to be locked. Someone left the coffee machine on. Ai. Tänä vuonna ei kyllä tainnut itsestään sulkeutua, niin on ihan laillisia. Postikortti. No niin, nyt on. Ehkä. -1 draama. Ja mä nyt draaman voimalla tee asioita. Aika lailla niinku massalla hoidetaan asiat.
On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
It's unfortunate for the union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders. Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara. And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol, Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold. It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry.
Mua jännittää tuo minun oma moraalini. Katsotaan.
The file cabinet stands steady as a look how blurry all the lines on these papers.
Ei se ainakaan tappanut minua.
Your own willpower is to yourself. You're like an absurdist Samaran monk, focusing through not focusing.
Let's go out of focus. I'll say something. But actually focus through not focusing.
You're a police officer, not a spiritual healer. You can focus the normal way by turning your attention to something and not letting go.
Is that what you're doing with those folders over there?
Yes.
Right. This is probably not relevant to our case. After all, we're not investigating an accounting mystery.
Uusi yritys.
You're trying hard, but the data here is unbelievably dry. The drawer.
Selvä. Soppas olisi varmaan onnistunut. Soppas tykkää numeroista. Se say Devi typewriter, the model name is on the back. Every worker is member of the board, is written above the flyer. Selvä. Or is locked and cannot be opened from this side without a passcode. Aivan. Nyt on vähän täällä niinku tavallaan eksynyt. Collecting rainwater. Se selvä. Mikäs se siellä? All around you green machines in quiescence. At least 3 packs worth of cigarette butts. Onko itselläkin? Numerous empty bottles of Commodore Red. Onko sitä itse ollut täällä? Vähän semmonen kombo.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads René Arnaud. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table. It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man is young, dark-skinned, and dressed in a Royal Carabinieri uniform. The girl is smiling playfully at the camera.
Why did you take that?
Ei saa kysyä vaikeita. Se on kuule todistusaineistoa.
Fine, but let's move. I don't want to be seen snooping around here.
Sehän on ihan selvä tapaus. White pine trees are printed on the screen. Covering looks like a forest under snow. Selvä. Nobody comes close to Meserhead. Tuo. See Ferinselering Kvällesund. Rannosta. Ui, rahana. Onko muuten soppas? Nohan se soppas vielä. Niin, sulla on simulaatio. Tää lähti leijumaan. Justiinsa meinasin kysyä, jos olisi huntti kiinnostanut tänään.
With several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marsh and Arret are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block. The crane stands tall, proud, erect, and still. With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
No mä mietin vaan, että kun tuota Tarkkovia ei oikein varmaan pysty striimaamaan. Tai se on vähän semmoista, että se menee semmoiseksi niin jatkuvaksi tekniseksi säätämiseksi, niin mietin, että olisi voinut striimatella hunttia joskus illemmasta, niin keskiviikkoa mä tossa vähän kysyinkin, että meinaako se pelailla, niin nyt minä kyselen vähän Soppaksen mulkkuakin, että haluanko Soppas pelata.
The crane places the container down. The harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance.
Niin se kun minun Rononkaan pelailemaan.
Now that its purpose has been fulfilled.
Kyllä se näköjään lähti sitä hunttia pelaamaan.
Move in this container, of course. For this purpose it was built. For this purpose it has acted. And now
Tää mietit, vois varmaan tuossa illemmasta pelailla hunttia. Sitten kun on... Tämän lopettelee varmaan tässä tunnin sisään ja sitten menee vähän syömään. Ja...
Except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
The crane does not return to its original position.
Niin. Jossakin välissä. En tiedä, olisiko tänään jopa sauvakävelypäivä. Olisiko niin rohkea?
Before you stands a cargo container. Just one of many in the yard.
You do? Because I don't. There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one? There may very well be, but we are not here to look for that. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to talk to the Union, right?
Kyllä nyt vähän pitää tutkia, koputetaan.
The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. Doesn't sound like there's anything. No reply. The knock produces a hollow. You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanical.
Soppas vanha ruoan lämmitteli.
To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
Epä kai sitten. Kyllä vähän pitää tutkia asioita, kun vastaan tulee. Yksi se ruumiskin jäi sinne vielä leijumaan, niin... Niin, minunhan piti tupakoida kans, että... Mihin ne nyt menikään?
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover. Because white antlers are one of the symbols of communism, they represent a society in accord with the natural world and at the same time above it.
Kaikkea sitä oppiikin. Sarvet ovat kommunismi.
A shameful way to treat a former king, even one as underwhelming as Friesel. Because Friesel was incompetent, foolish, and cruel. In short, the embodiment of everything the communards wished to overthrow. It's satire, you see. To your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white. After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents. The magazine is divided into several sections: international developments, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note. Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, Du cristal à la fumée. This was his way of describing the way the rigid, crystalline structures of capitalist ideology turn to smoke under communism. But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going à la fumée, unlike many publications which are content to spoon-feed their readers reassuring drivel. La Fumée is committed to telling the radical truth, even when that truth may drive away potential subscribers. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today. Yours in struggle, the editors.
Uiskataan tuolla. Tämä on kommunismi.
What do you expect? It was laying around the office of the Debarders Union. They're probably bankrolling the thing.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you. This section includes a long, tedious critique of the latest round of free trade negotiations between the EPIS nations and the Free State of Semenine. You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina border, something about bear wrestling in Samara, book riots in Yugograd. Whoa. Bear wrestling. Flip back to that.
Kyllä, takaisin lukee vähän
It
karhuista.
seems to be part of a new public fitness initiative in the People's Republic of Samara, SRV, devised and promoted by none other than President Kenajinski himself. According to this extremely credulous account, Uncle Sport, as he's affectionately known to his people, has recently decreed bear wrestling the national sport of the SRV. Of course not. The article makes plain that this is man on bear, or in some cases, woman on bear competition. 2 competitors, 1 ring, 5 rounds, or until incapacitation. According to the SRV's Ministry of Information, the program has been a tremendous success. Public support stands at 87%, and youth obesity and alcoholism rates are down 12% and 7% respectively.
I guess it's hard to fight a bear if you're drunk.
Precisely. For too
Kyllähän me
long, drink
pärjättäis.
has been a scourge to the working class, and President Kenajinski is deeply committed to supplying the people with more wholesome entertainments.
The Samaran People's Republic? No, I should expect not. Why do you ask?
No niin, minä haluaisin osallistua.
What you do in your spare time is your business. In the meantime, I would prefer you focus on our case.
You flip back to the front of the magazine.
Et
The table of
halua.
contents unfolds before you.
Mitä on Kunst und Kultur?
It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you. that Kunst und Kultur must mean arts and culture. As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays, as well as a brief artist spotlight featuring a local artist identified only as CS. The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tourney, a critical Mazovian perspective. This so-called artist spotlight is really just a brief Q&A, made all the briefer by the subject's evident hostility to an interviewer.
Oispa riisiä, kana ja kerma. Liian kallista.
The actual article is surprisingly light on details, but after skimming a page or two, you gather that it has something to do with motor carriage racing. You think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season, maybe sprinkled with some nice anecdotes about a few of the more colourful drivers.
Kyllä se työttömän ateria oli lauantai sano, kenties lauantaina, että hän söi kylmää maksalaatikkoa, mikä oli ostettu -60% ostoksena. Se oli kyllä semmoinen.
Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the politically problematic aspects of Tip Top Tourney.
Kai sitä pitää itsekin maistaa kylmää maksalaatikkoa, että onko se minkälaista, kun lauantai sanoo, että se on parempaa kuin ajattelisi.
And then there's the practically criminal emphasis on deadly motor crashes. Oddly enough, this article has 2 bylines: Nestep Encolada Bernal and Exilus Buka. Under capitalism, the article says, every pursuit has its price.
Sehän on nykyään trendikästä syödä noita nuudeleita ilman, että niitä keittää. Niitähän on kaiken maailman niinku ruuissa nykyään ja välipalana ja kaikkea tuommoista.
Your discount laundry detergent racing against a pack of Astra cigarettes, or even a fritter. And that precisely is what's problematic about it. Were it not for the promise of random, spectacular violence, audiences would quickly lose interest. At the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching for. You see, one cannot avoid the conclusion that Tip Top Tourney is simply the apotheosis of spectacular entertainment under capitalism.
I can safely say the thought had never crossed my mind, Detective. I'm sure most things are, if the young man wrote this article out to believe. If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor, much less a motor race. I take whatever they write with a large grain of salt.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The tape, unsurprisingly, much of this section is taken up with articles declaring unqualified support for the dock workers' strike. You skim the headlines. Paint the harbour red and white. Martinez tames the wild pines. A city in revolt. First we take Martinez, then we take La Delta. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer G. Martin accusing the owner of the Capeside apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent.
Jauhelijan tilalle soijaa. Toimiiko? Ja morjesta Kingeri.
The writer G. Martin remarks dryly that capitalists love wealth redistribution, so long as it's only redistributed upward. You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
Syönyt. Varmaan ainut soija, mitä on ikinä laittanut, on se, mikä tulee justiin nuudelipussin mukaan.
Magnesium-based life form.
No niin. On ajatus saatu valmiiksi.
We tell them, hell no. You're about to become a magnesium-based life form. The age of the primitive carbon man is done. No longer must mankind rely on slow-working background radiation to take us further into our genetic destiny. This is the era of guided evolution, and magnesium is the key. You are the first of your species, the next step in human evolution. An advanced magnesium proto-man who mags it up, drinks it down, and sniffs it sideways.
Noniin. Logiikka putos. Eihän sitä nyt logiikkaa tarvita. Taisi kumminkin moraali mennä ylöspäin. Noniin, meillä on elämää. Työmoraali nousi. Kaikki on kunnossa. Teillä onko hyvin soija täyteinen? Ravinto. Pitäisikö sitä itsekin tutkia soijan mahdollisuuksia? Kai itse niinku soijakastike on se mitä on niinku, mutta ei ole varmaan mitään niitä soijapapuja sun muita. Mut niinku ainut soija mitä minä edes tiedän on niinku soijakastike. Täytyneen katsoa. Ja, tästä täällä. Hybridissä oli quiet, green machines are sleeping. Selvä. Eikö onkos meillä ollut... Olikohan se soijaa, se mitä meillä joskus oli? Mask of honors comes from the castle in front of you, smells like blood. No niin. Onko se lukossa? Jo on mylly. Ehkä sitä onkin kerran syönyt soijaa, jos ne oli jotakin soijapaloja. Ei oo varmaan tullut Hesel-jutut tutuksi. Mä voisin käydä ihan 1 minuutin paussilla, että käyn vessassa pikaisesti. Eikö? Joo. Oli meillä kerran ollut niitä jotakin soijapaloja. Oli ihan ok. Ihan käypä. Tai halvalla jostakin fiksuruusta aikoinaan, niin oli tilattu. Banner Saxon away in range, no. Selvä. Mikäs missä sinä olet?
Container, container, I'll turn ya nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on. Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everard.
Joo. Joo, se voi olla, että varmaan vähän oudot muutenkin ravintoarvot itsellä tällä hetkellä. Että.
Everard, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister?
On mielenkiintoinen ravinto
you are
tällä
not a
hetkellä.
union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
Scabs, no eipä kai.
I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat.
Täytyy vähän katsoa, että paljonko
Some of the
maksaa
other guys don't look too kindly on the
soija.
scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister. Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am, yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
No ei kyllä. Logiikka vähän tippui tuossa äsken, että
Sure, mister.
ehkä en lähde.
About what? Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in. We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Everard is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate.
7 kertaa 400. Joo, se kuulostaa ainakin. Tää on vähän tutkailla, mitä tuolla Minimanissa on.
For a week or so. Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business. Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off.
Tappako ne jonkun?
No, I don't think they killed anyone. Let's better talk about something else. Titus and his boys do good work. I don't want to get them in trouble over a little drinking. Oh, that one.
Oh.
That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
Told you.
Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick. But everyone calls me Leo. I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town, and Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
A real pretty lady with a skin like those douce sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes I am, yes I am. She is a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly. But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood, knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure. If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids. Dr. Lemaitre said so, and she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years she has.
On. Et hienoa työtä.
This really seems to run like clockwork.
Vaikka en täällä kukaan töitä tee, niin.
Well, thanks a lot. Coming from you, it means a lot, really. Sometimes I feel some of the guys don't really get how much I bust my ass for them here. But you guys are all right. Oh, you want Mr. Everett then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood. guys like Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys. Oh, Mr. Everett is where he always is. In his office, of course.
Meidän oikealla. Selvä.
Bye bye now.
Hienoa työ tällä jo. Hieno mies. Täälläkö on pomomies? Outo toimisto, mutta mikä siinä? No niin sitten. Otetaan kuule vähän. Tuprutellaan vähän se. Kuinka näitä käytetään? On niinku täältä sitten.
There it is. A brave little army in your pocket. The first Smokes platoon. 20 brave souls standing in salute. Ready to step into fire for you, sir.
Kyllä nyt yhden voi polttaa.
Picked the best one. This soldier is fat and succulent. What are you waiting for? Light up. Re-become yourself. Get a load of this rock and roll cop here. Johnny Thundercop fishes a cheap lighter out of his pants. With a flick of the thumb, there's fire. A primal satisfaction. Here we go. The lighter's dark green disposable plastic. Safety's off. In your case, the safety is always off.
Kyllä. Sinne vaan.
Thick, warm smoke gets sucked down into your lungs. Immediately, you feel a warm nostalgia fill your head, body, and soul. A nostalgia for yourself. The man you were in your youth. Johnny Thundercop is back, and he's chill as balls.
In the bottom right corner of the screen, there's a cigarettes button. Cigarettes gives +1 to intellect skills. Logic, rhetoric, conceptualization, visual calculus, encyclopedia, and drama. This is good before a white check, but damages your health.
Selvä. Mä oikein tiedä, kun se tarkkavi vähän kehnosti. Ainakin striimatessa pyörii, niin justiin vähän tuossa aikaisemminkin puhuin siitä, että kuinka varmaan niin mun tuossa intellektin edessä, mutta mä sitä miettin, että pitääkö vasta olla striimaamatta ja striimaa sitten hunttia ennemmin. Se on vaan semmoista jatkuvaa niin kuin säätämistä siinä, että tuntuu, että se kyllä pyöri hyvin ennen tätä vipeä silloin kun joskus pelasin ja silloin mä striimasinkin sitä pari kertaa. Ja mä sitten tiedä mikä on muuttunut, että kaikenlaisia asetuksia yrittää mennä läpi. Sitten kun se on justiinsa semmoista jatkuvaa säätämistä, niin on sitten vähän. En oikein tiedä mitä tekee Tarkkovinkaan, ainakaan niinku striimipuolella. Saako näitä muuten nostettua? Info. Pitääkö ne vaan ottaa tuota lisää? Love and be loved by drugs. Kuulostaa ainakin hyvältä. Joo, kyllä mä sitä niinku varmaan, tai kyllä mä sitä pelailen niinku striimin ulkopuolella. Niinku eilenkin, mutta se on hyvin paljon semmoista pelaamista, että eilen nyt pyörin Faktorissa ihan vaan, että saa tyhjennettyä tavaraa ja vedin kaikki gedrit ja PPSH siellä pois se. Sai sillä PPS-hollilla 2 pelaajakin ammuttua sinne, että se oli ihan hauska. Harmi vaan, ettei ollut drum lipasta, että ei saanut kunnolla paukutella menemään. Kyllä mä sitä ainakin pelailen. Tänään kyllä tuossa kysyin jo vähän, että jos olisi hunttia mennyt pelaa. Nyt katsotaan, saattaa olla, että tänään on vähän hunttia. Mut jos voin kyllä huuella Tarkkovia, jos mä sitä jossakin välissä meen. Mut mä en tiedä, onko sitten niin, että mä mielellään pelaisin ehkä niinku yhden henkilön kanssa Tarkkovia. Mä en tiedä, siinä menee varmaan itse aika sekavaksi varmaan, jos alkaa olla useampi henkilö. Siinä on jo itsellä aika paljon ylläpitämistä, että on se yksi henkilö siellä niinku mietinnässä aina, että missä hän on. Kun mä en niitä paikkoja tiedä yhtään. Niin. Big locks and pockets. Tähän sitä nyt haluaa. Damage -2. Niin, tää on niinku puhdasta elämää. Niin. Jos sulla on se vakkariporukka siellä pelaamassa, niin varmaankin saat enemmän irti, jos niitten kanssa pelailet siellä, kun mulla on vähän hidasta tuo Tarkkovi. Hyviä polkuhetkiä. Toivottavasti on mukava, vapaa loppupäivä. Tretenpito. Kyllä tämä on niin alkoholisti, että se on tuota vaan lisää. Ei täällä muuta tarvi. Missä minä menen? Jaa, tuossa on rappuset. Taxidermy fish that tells time. Oho, kätevä.
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you. With a mixture of expectation and impatience, well bottled.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi.
It's
good of you two to stop by. Please,
samanlainen
have a
ääni.
seat. I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Kyllä minä ennemmin seison.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
Kaipa sitten. Eiköhän minä kestä tuon tuon.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another. So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today.
The chair is incredibly uncomfortable. Fortunately, your ass is made of iron, and the chair is made of wood. Iron beats wood. You manage not to shift around too much.
Heillä on kuule teräksestä tehty perslihakset, että ei tunnu mihinään.
Some people have no manners. It pains me to say.
Kukahan oli Lawrence?
This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Morris, Tontsa. Täs Tontsalle kuuluu. Otetaan rahat ja kiitetään.
Don't mention it. But also don't forget it. I'm just kidding, of course. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo.
Pyssykin näköjään hukassa.
Lost gun. Lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only two words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun. Oh God, why didn't you think of this before? Cops have guns. Where's yours?
Katsotaan nyt, olisiko se taskussa kumminkin.
Your gun is gone. There's nothing in your pockets.
Kuole moraaliin perään. Tai lopeta työntekoa.
Are you all right, Harry? You seem anxious. Don't be. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
Niin, pelkällä äänellä.
Joo. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded.
Onkos mulla tuohon? The chair is killing you, but your ass is iron. Oliko Stontso vielä siellä pohjoisessa?
Officer, we will deal with this later.
Vähän on heikkoa. Joo, se voi olla eikö niin, jos olit siellä ihan pohjoisessa siellä jossakin Norjan rajoillako vai? Johonkin siellä asti.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull here?
Ukkeli hajoaa tähän.
Cool the fuck down. Chill.
Hetkellä huippuvuorilta palaamassa mantereelle. Oho. On ihmekkä, jos vähän netti pätkii.
Mr. Dubois! Harry! Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something?
Taisi tulla paniikkikohtaus ukkelille.
Medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
I'm melting. Vaguely gesture with your hands above your head. Koitetaan, heitetään tuo takaisin sille.
Don't be dramatic. I can see your condition isn't terminal.
Joo. Varmasti ei ole oikein yhteyksiä. Onko nyt mihinä suunnassa siellä? Mihinä huippuvuorolla sitä ollaan?
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer question. It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
Ei olla enää. Joo. Olitteko te millä? Onko se joku nimellinen huippuvuori vai onko se joku... Minkälainen paikka? Kysytään tuosta irttojutusta.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you.
Sijainti jossain keskellä jorpakko. Joo.
I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
Huippuudut isompi sääryhmä hyvin pohjassa, kun on joku... Niin, joo. Morjes, Jusa. Joo. Ympäri pyörimistä.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredibly talented at opening doors.
Kyllä. Ei Jusa mitään ihmeempää, että nyt... Vähän tätä ajattelin, jos ajattelee. Tätä ajattelin aloittaa, kun meni tuo Bugsnaxi aamulla lävitte, niin... Katsoo kuinka tämä sujuu. Moraali on ongelma näköjään. Kyllä minä yritin lyödä jo oveakin auki.
This really is very simple and there's nothing shady about it.
Does this jiggling ooze think he's going to use you? He's got another thing coming. Play his game, son, with your eyes peeled. He's going to slip up, and when he does, you're going to come out on top.
Mikä ovi? Kenen ovi pitää aukaista?
It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about. Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
On tää ihan...
Someone a message that the police are working for you.
Tää on niinku hyvin kirjoitettu ainakin. Ja
I repeat, I'm a very
ääninäyttely
busy
on
man,
kohdallaan.
Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So what will it be, Harry? A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open.
Hyvin...
It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you.
Tykkään kuinka... Mitenkä se nyt sanookaan? Onko se nyt sitten hävytön? Tai tommonen... Tyrky? Ei ole semmonen... Ei turhaan hienostele asioissa. Otetaan työ vastaan.
Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to the next level.
Ei ole sensuroitu kai, vaikka tavallaan se kyllä on sensuroitu, mutta kumminkin. Ei ole semmoista kevyt sensuroimista.
A real free thinker too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. One last thing, Harry. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door.
Kysytään nyt tuosta pyssykästä vielä.
Your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means. I'm only kidding, of course.
He is not.
Of course. I understand. We help you, you help us.
Kysytään mitä siellä varastojutussa on.
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them. Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate. Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white
liiton mies.
Take care, Harry.
Semmonen moraali kyllä koki kovia tuossa, että melkein loppu työnteot siihen. Ei tarvi kun lisää magnesiumia, niin kyllä homma hoituu. Niin. Pitää vaan miettiä, että pitääkö sitä kohta lopetella. Lopetella tältä erää. Onko tää semmonen... Älä sinne mene takaisin. Onko tää semmonen hetki, mistä olisi suht helppo jatkaa sitten? Ennen kuin lähtee tuonne seikkailemaan. Tästä nyt ei pääse kuin yhteen suuntaan, niin... Katsotaan, onko täällä jotakin uutta asiaa.
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. Sure, mister. Absolutely. I'm always willing to help out nice fellows such as yourself.
Eipä sillä ole mitään. No niin, mä ajattelin, pitäisikö sitä niinku tehdä. Onkohan tuon saa auki? Tämäkö mulla ole kuin lockpickit? Ääni kyllä vähän tässä bukailee, mutta ei kaitse. Jäädään tähän kato, niin puhutaan tällaista ensi kerralla. Tallennetaan tuon. No. Tehdään näin, että katsellaan jos illemmalla sitten jotakin pelailee. Mutta huomen aamulla